All right. Here we are, Body by Vlad Show, episode 5, part 1. My name is John Robert Quinn, the guy who builds talk shows coast to coast. And of course, we're hanging out with our star, Mr. Vlad Telaluyev. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, Quinn. Thank you.
So you just got back from the Juice Plus convention, and a lot of great information, and just really a brilliant product. Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it looks too good to be true, especially with all the benefits that it provides. And I mean, it works for my clients, the clients that use it. It works for me, works for my parents. So yeah, it's constantly being tested, which is another good thing.
Well, it's an innovative product. Let's really dig deep today into what we're talking about, which is exercise and mobility and proper nutrition to ensure a healthier life and better performance. But first, tell me, who is Vlad Telaluyev?
So I started personal training when I was 17, so it's been almost 9 years, and worked at different gyms, corporations, and things like that. And then started my own company, Body by Vlad, because I really care about the people versus trying to sell them something, and just providing results. And people that follow the program get amazing results, like your wife.
No, you're absolutely right. And it's so funny, when I was just telling, she's up at 5 a.m. going to the gym, and she works a full day and then comes home from work and cooks and cleans and does all the necessaries, and she wasn't able to do that before. She just didn't have the energy. Yeah. And that's where I'm kind of running into my issue is I don't have the energy, but I'm kind of doing the whole retired thing right now anyway. I'm just sitting down by the pool eating sandwiches. So
you need to take the little break,
Yeah.
Because that's how life is. It's like the heartbeat. Yeah. You can't keep going up or you can't keep going down. You got to go up and down.
I'm just going to kind of relax for another month, and then I'm going to push hard again for the second half of the year.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of, it's kind of like that phase where you just kind of relax a little bit, then finish up strong.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have it's been a good year so far. Nothing like 2017. I mean, absolutely nothing like 2017. But all in all, I think it's been a pretty good year, and it's gonna be interesting to see what ends up happening the second half of this thing. Talk to me. How does proper exercise affect mobility?
What I've noticed a lot of times is people that don't work out correctly over a long period of time get injured. And I can say one sport in particular where that happens, CrossFit. If you watch their games, and a lot of their workouts are great, their exercises are great, but the way that they do it and what style, kipping pull-ups, things like that. I had a client that just injured himself, groin injury from the kipping pull-up. Had to get surgery, etc. Thank God I never had an injured client before in 8 years of training, working people with 16-year-olds to 75, and that's just following the OPT model that I use. And it's super important because the purpose is not to get injured, right? And people, especially guys, will come in and try to outlift everybody in the gym and tear. Like one of my friends, he tore his pec muscle. He just had stitches, and I was like, why? Like, why would you want to do that, And so what I was in the gym too is I wanted to be, quote unquote, the beast in the gym, so everybody knows who you are, right? You want to outlift everybody. But that put so much pressure on my body. Flexibility wise, the nervous system was just drained. I was always tired. I wanted to sleep all the time. And somebody who's a working mom or a dad, that's not the point of fitness. What I'm noticing is flexibility and mobility is a lot more important as you progress in life. And people they don't want to focus on the stretching. They want to focus, let me get in the gym and that's it. But when I see somebody who's 50 years old and they're already with the crutches and a wheelchair, it's like, oh, it's my age, it's this. But then you see somebody who's 75 and still running around. You're like, okay, no. So what I've actually realized right now is fitness is not, 90-day transformation, 1 year transformation. That's good, but it's how do you incorporate it into your life? 20, 30 minutes a day, yoga. And you won't see a lot of men in yoga, right? 2-3 men in a yoga class because it's not manly enough for them to stretch. But like I said, like when you said you're tired, instead of me just sleeping, I'll stretch out and I get a lot more energy. It's weird.
Oh, really?
It's really weird. Like at nighttime when I'll be working,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, all right, I want to sleep, so I'll go ahead and I'll start stretching, doing my foam roller, and then I'm like, oh, I got this new energy. Which
Why
is weird.
is that? How explain that?
What I think
It's just
what
'cause
happens.
you're moving blood around.
What I think what happens is when we sit a lot on the
Mhm.
computer or working, right? You feel like your energy, and then it just starts dropping, and then you're just like,
Mhm.
oh my god, where's my? So I think that's where you have to take that break. Even if you go walk around for 10 minutes, like you
Mhm.
did, I really
Mhm.
remember the other time you took her downstairs
Yeah,
and you walked
yeah.
around. You feel a lot better coming back,
Mhm.
like refreshed.
Mhm.
So I think that's what we have to do with is taking those breaks. Don't try to work for 8 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
Your body doesn't operate like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind can't think for 8 hours straight. It has these. It's like think of it like a sprinter.
Well, what's interesting is like
recover.
an air traffic controller, for instance. They only work 4-hour shifts. It's a 4-hour day. That's all they have. They don't work an 8-hour day. They work a 4-hour day.
Yeah.
Because that's their mind has to be focused and pinpointing on everything
Laser
that's going
accurate.
on. Yeah, exactly. And it has to be precise. And if they
Yeah.
make one mistake, 400 people are dead, right?
Yeah.
So, or there's an accident and they lose a $20 million aircraft. Point is, they're on a 4-hour shift. That's all they do, and you're absolutely right. Your body has to not be over pushed more than it needs to. It really just needs to.
Yeah, because last time we talked about stress, and what I noticed is these days people, when these quotes, when you're tired, keep hustling, keep grinding.
Yes.
It's stupid. It really is, because your body's telling you, hey, we're tired. And you're like, no, we need more coffee. And then you drink 10 shots of coffee, and then you spike your adrenalines even more, spike your cortisol even more.
All for what?
Yeah.
All for what? Hold on a minute, because we just let a client go. He doesn't want to renew any of his services, and the reason being is that his numbers aren't on track with where his numbers were at a year ago. Okay, he came on board a year ago. He started working with us, and keeping in mind, all we're doing for him is radio and social media. Okay, two things. So where I'm going with this is the guy sells 35 homes two years ago. This last year, he sold 19 homes. Where did he make the mistake? He's pushing. He's doing the Grant Cardone, GSD, right? Get stuff done, right? Pushing hard. Yeah, the energy drinks, the coffees, the push. He's working around the clock. He may be in his mind productive because he's working so many hours. But what's happening is that he's not producing any quality. If he was producing quality, if he was able to make wise decisions, smart decisions, be able to actually get stuff done, he would actually be able. He would have probably sold more homes. But instead, he's overdoing it and he's burning himself out, and his numbers are just completely. Eventually, he's going to be at, the 10-car stud, right? He's just going to be at 10, 12 homes like everybody else, and he's just going to be mediocre until he just kind of takes a step back and really evaluates everything, and then he's going to start to grow again. But he's getting in his own way. He's pushing himself way too hard.
And my question is how much is he exercising and taking care of his own body?
He's not. He's drinking beers because he's a beer aficionado. He's going and he's not a drunk, but he drinks his beers, which is again another psychological issue. Your brain is getting lazy because it's relaxed because you're drinking the beer.
Yeah.
And then he's pushing hard. He's working 15, 16-hour days. He's got a family at home. Great guy. I like the guy. But he's killing himself. He's killing his business. And, well, long story short, he can't afford to pay me for continued growth, for continued radio and social media marketing, which is what's going to happen. Now he's not going to have that presence, which now he's cutting back on his marketing, which is, again, another one of those, never do it, never step back on the marketing, change everything else, but never cut your marketing because, well, you cut the marketing, what happens? Now you have nobody coming to your business. This is why businesses fail in the first 5 years. You get your first year in, you rock and roll. The second year in, you still have a little bit of energy. By year 3, year 4, you're burnt out. You're tired. You want to step back a little bit. Well, the business needed what you gave it the first 2 years to survive. And what ends up happening, you end up going out of business. And You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Well, it's just a matter of productivity, and like you said, don't try to work 20 hours a day. Work 4, but work full 4 good hours. But absolutely, mobility and flexibility, and those are crucial to continue and get the blood flow through your body.
And I think just as important is exercise, honestly, is mental exercise. Just stopping for a minute and looking up at the sky and watching the birds land into the tree, and it might sound kind of hippie, but you've got to kind of get your mind off of everything else and really just kind of take everything in. And does that make sense?
I see Danielle had an impact on you.
Oh, shut up. I got nothing. We're going to break. Does that make sense, though, right?
That's too funny, bro.
Shut up.
Am I seeing the real John Quinn? Is he getting a little soft here?
Yeah, right. Until we're
taking walks, looking at birds fly into trees.
As soon as we sit down in front of a deal, I'm going to rip your head off, though, right?
All right, let's get serious. Yeah, we're going to talk about business.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. No, so at the end of the day, if you want to be better, if you want to be stronger, give Body by Vlad a call. Body by Vlad, BBVFitness.com, 916-764-2559. You think this is funny, don't you? 916.
I'm going to call Danielle and be like, it's planting seeds.
764-2559. Again, 916-764-2559. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and learn more. We'll be right back.